Welcome to the show, my man.
Hello, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Honored to be here.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it was the last time I saw you, but the last time you were here, your company, Beachin Bash, which we'll get into later, did my 40th birthday party.
I thought it was like your 21st.
You're right, 21st, right. You're right. You're
a few
right.
years ago,
I'm 20,
right?
I'm 24 now. You're right. My mistake.
I'm trying to help you out.
I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that later too. Beachin Bash, which we'll get into, because that kind of what we're going to talk about kind of led you down that path a little bit. But dysautonomia, is
really weird word.
About a little bit later, is what kind of led you there.
Yep.
But before we get into that, small business owner, you and your wife battled dysautonomia, and I just found out a few seconds ago battled some other things earlier in your life.
Yes. So
we'll get into that, but who are you? Where are you from? Where'd you go to school? Where'd you grow up?
So, I grew up on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. In a town called Cambridge. Yep. AKA Groove City. They called it that.
Groove City. I like it.
Groove City. It was home to a lot of very famous. There was a big jazz scene there back in the day, so that's why I came up with Groove City. Yeah. But it's actually a town and Harriet Tubman's birthplace.
I knew that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Harriet Tubman's like one of my all-American heroes. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool, man.
But so and then of course I lived in Baltimore City for about 10 years. Yeah. And then we ended up down here in the beautiful Delaware beaches.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you go away to school anywhere or anything?
Went to Frostburg State.
Man, I know a lot of people went to Frostburg.
Yeah. I didn't make it out of there.
Yeah. Most people don't.
So I talk about that all the time, you know. Not saying to always drop out of college, but if you drop out of college, you better sure as hell have a work ethic and start to educate yourself in other ways. But just I learned to adapt to that, just like anything in life. But Frostburg was cool, man. I was up there for a couple of years. Yeah. And it was just at being at like 18, 19. Yeah. I just all of a sudden had this freedom.
Right. Yeah. And you went nuts.
Nuts, man. Learn cake.
Like most college kids.
Cake stand. Yeah. But I forgot that you're supposed to go to class.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a bitch of it.
Yeah. That was the hard part, man. So I got I just never forget my first semester, I got all Fs, and I was a good basketball player. Yeah. So I had basketball. You think that's a shoo-in. I got a C. That's freaking average in fucking basketball. Yeah. I don't know. So anyway, but I didn't grow up then, so that was that.
Where'd you go from Frostburg? Where'd that take you?
So then I actually went to a small, if you remember, because I was trying to find something to do. My parents are freaking out, right? I'm going down this path. And I remember I went to computer learning centers. Okay. To try to be a computer programmer.
Back in like Cambridge area?
No, this was in Laurel, Maryland.
Oh, you stayed over in Maryland. Okay.
Yeah, stayed there because I was living with my grandmother for a while, Bethesda. Okay. Yeah. And it was just, that was another time. So I graduated from that, which you got a 2-year degree from that technically before they went under. And then I became a computer programmer for like 3 months.
Short-lived.
Yeah, me. Yeah. Like, because my boss comes in, he's like, you're in these, what do you call them, like prairie dog farms, I call them, like these cubicles. Yeah. Yeah. And I couldn't sit still. And he's like, you're real personable. You're out there. What the hell are you trying to be a programmer for? You're reading lines of code and all this stuff. So, yeah, man, no. So I got away from all of that. And I actually got promoted to like becoming a site manager down in the DC inspection station within that company. They were a government contract. Yeah. So, because he was like, you're not a programmer. He was like, you're a people person. I need somebody down there. So, lo and behold, this kid that I just turned 21. Here I am, like partying my ass off still. Yeah. And I'm running this DC inspection station on the technology side.
No idea what
I was doing. But damn, I sounded like I did. You know what I mean?
You could talk a good game.
talk a good game, man.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. So I tell people that's part of like my story when I talk about confidence and people skills, and that's sometimes you just gotta, I'm not saying fake it till you make it. I kind of hate that sometimes, but you definitely want to learn.
Yeah. Make it work.
And make it work.
Yeah.
And then try to evolve yourself from that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out for you for the most part, right?
Yeah, it did.
Everything we go through leads us to where we are now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So from there, where'd you head to from that?
Oh man. So then my family, my grandfather, who was a big mentor of mine, and once I allowed him in my life, he took me into his company called Decorating Den Interiors.
Okay.
And that's where I kind of started learning sales and all that stuff, because like I said, the whole management job thing, computers wasn't my shtick, in that sense. And then, I just evolved from there, and we, he started teaching me more discipline.
Yeah.
And I wasn't accepting that discipline, you know? So I had all this talent that he could see.
Right.
But he always said talent wasn't shit if you don't
dial it in,
or you don't have your foundation underneath you.
Yeah.
And I never really understood what that meant. He's like, you reading books? What do I read a book for? Well, you should read, How to Win Friends and Influence People. He gave me a copy of it by Dale Carnegie. I never read it. You know what I mean? And I thought it'd be funny to back then we didn't have, the internet really. I mean, we did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so I couldn't really cheat, you know, so you had to go find cliff notes of it but eventually I started taking that more serious as I evolved in life. Right. You know what I mean? So that was a big part of, it was a good life lesson with him. He was a entrepreneur. He was international IFA, International Franchise Association Hall of Fame.
Okay.
He was in World War II and all that kind of stuff. He was a really neat man. He had a big influence on my life. Once I realized how blessed I was that God put a guy like that in my life. Yeah. Because he was so well respected out there.
Right.
And I just started to finally realize that. And we actually, if you skip ahead a little bit, we ended up going together because I was floating around because he actually fired me.
Yeah.
That's some serious shit.
You're out of here.
You're out of here. People talk about nepotism.
Yeah.
No, he canned me from my first position in the corporate offices.
Teaching you a lesson.
Yeah. Because lo and behold, I got a DUI. And he was like, I'm not putting up with that shit. Bye. Okay.
Did you end up going back when you got together? Or no, that was the end of it.
Well, no, that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That part of my life.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of was floating around as kind of a lost soul. And that's when I know we kind of hit on this earlier on. It was 2005.
Yeah.
And I had gotten a job as a GM. I was probably 25, 26, something like that, 27.
Yeah.
I'd seen this post for, it was in the paper, actually. GM needed for a landscaping company.
Yeah.
Well, I knew business, right? 26.
Yeah.
Once again, TJ, just my skills on people, that forefront.
Right.
But behind me, I was still a mess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell people this again because everybody thinks, oh man, you probably had all your shit together. I was like, no, I didn't have my shit together.
You're winging it.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have that. Like I said, again, you don't have that stuff going on behind you. You don't have that base in life.
Yeah,
right. And so I got the GM job. I had no idea how to manage people. I stepped in there thinking that management came with a automatic respect. I got to go in here and all these people have to respect me.
Yeah, they're just going to do what they got to do. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm general manager.
Yeah.
So I give you an order, you best do it. I didn't connect. I didn't learn how to ask them how their day was, that kind of stuff.
What they needed.
They needed, right? They I'm a manager, buddy. You better.
Right.
And I love that feeling to go back and that night, to go to a bar and be like, oh yeah, I'm the general manager of this big landscaping company. I was in Annapolis at the time. Yeah, it felt powerful.
Yeah.
And which I started realizing later in life from that lesson is that's the kind of stuff that can corrupt your heart, even though you're still a good person.
Yeah.
And there's nuance to that. Just because somebody says corruption, so many people, oh my God, especially in this current, people slide you one way or the other, right? I call it the binary thinking trap.
Right.
But I was still a good person, and I wouldn't steal or anything like that, but I was just feeling that power.
Yeah.
Without actually having the fundamental things that I needed to be successful at managing people and understanding people. So once again, I'd say about 4 months of that, big salary at the time for me in my 20s, I got canned from that job.
Were you single at this point? So?
No. I had actually had a fiance.
Okay.
This was pre-Erica.
Okay.
And yeah, having to go home to tell her that I just lost my job. I mean, and me and this owner, I was so cocky at that time. We almost got in a near fist fight in the parking lot because the way he fired me. I mean, the way he fired me was an asshole way. I mean, he yelled and screamed, threw something at me.
Yeah.
And then I got in the parking lot. We were both big dudes, right?
Right.
And we're in the parking lot. And, but to this day, I would always look at him if he ever listens to the podcast or sees me. I would always apologize for that because I should have showed more emotional maturity.
Right.
And, he was right for firing me because now looking back on it, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. It just didn't go down well.
Yeah. So
he was right for what he did, but how he went about it could have been done differently.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So at that point, I would say that was a bigger turning point in my life because my grandfather had let me go. And then this from outside of the family had let me go. That was the real wake up call because my family let me go. It was kind of like, my grandfather was kind of like, okay, whatever. He's trying to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden I'm like, maybe there's a problem. Maybe it's me. And that was part of the accountability factor. But so what did I do? I went out and spent my last money at a bar. I remember it was on a Sunday because football was on. I stayed at the bar all damn day.
Yeah.
My fiance had left me. Took all our shit. So I had like a bed left, a dresser, and then I had a roommate at the time. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to I had that month's rent, I'll never forget, but then I didn't have the next month's. And I had no job on the line, and I just said, it's over, right? And as I started drinking more and drinking more and drinking more, so I left the bar. He was still there. I left the bar. And I went home and I had a 12-gauge shotgun. And the only way I could think of ever getting her back, because again, it wasn't any accountability, was I grabbed the shotgun, I load it, and I'm pissed drunk. And I put her on the phone. She answers. And she is, she's like, Jimmy Kirlin, get your shit together. So I'll show you my shit together. It's about to be, all over this bedroom that I'm sitting on. She's like, what do you mean? It's like, I'm about to shoot myself. And she's like, no, don't you dare, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I want you to hear it. I want you to hear it. And she's like, this is awful. I don't remember everything. There's just a lot of screaming, right? Because I'm just and I'm hysterical, honestly, tears,
drunk.
Oh, yeah, drunk, all that shit, right? And I guess she had hung up. And the only thing I remember was then I was putting this. I put the shotgun, chamber it, cock it, goes in. Chamber it, I should say, and put it in my mouth. And as I go to push down on the trigger, like that, I'm forcing. I'm like, oh fuck, safety. And as soon as I do that, my roommate, by the grace of God, had noticed that I was gone. It came upstairs and tackled me, and I clicked the safety, and he kind of just wrestled. He's like, you son of a bitch. He was like, you're crazy. And as we're doing that, the Annapolis PD kick in my front door and announce themselves. Annapolis police. And my roommate screams he's up here. He's up here. And thank God for, our boys in blue. The way they handled that was.
Who called them?
My fiance, my ex-fiance. Because she had moved out, right? So she knew the address. She said, I've got a suicidal man. I will always thank her for that part of it because she had the wherewithal, smart enough, even though she at the time was living somewhere. She was somewhere else in Maryland.
Yeah.
And she hung up the phone while I was and said, And those guys pulled. I didn't even realize they had pulled up.
Yeah.
And man, so my roommate got the gun. They came upstairs, and they didn't have. I'll also remember this part. They didn't have, even though they knew I had a shotgun. The one gentleman came upstairs with no, like, there wasn't any caution. He was just there to save a life. I could just tell. Like, he didn't come with a weapon drawn like you would think.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably know what the process would be more than I do. I don't know if they have to, knowing that I had a shotgun just to make sure it's safe. But, man, he came in there so fast. My roommate got the gun, and he just smothered me. He's grabbed me. Like, nothing hard. He just grabbed me, and I just start, like, erupting. And, like, it was just the weirdest, hardest, heaviest part of my life. It was, like, nightmares. You know what I mean? And he looked at me. He picked me up off the ground, because then I rolled off to the bed. It was a mess. And he said, "Look, I gotta handcuff you." He's like, "Just for your safety and mine."
Yeah. He
said, "But whatever made you do this, you're gonna be okay." He's like, "We're here now." And man, that was so. From that moment forward, they took me to a hospital. What was that called? Baker Act or something. The state puts you into I was in like a 2-week thing, and being at that time, being young and kind of egotistical.
Yeah.
I sat there for the first week, didn't participate. I didn't need this shit. I didn't need mental help. And I did. And then the next week, and then I started really, and that's where, from that point forward, I started learning more about myself and like, man, I better wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, leading up to that night with the attempt, was that something you had thought about before, like here and there, or just like randomly popped up that night, like, fuck it, I'm going to kill myself?
No, that night, I would say like maybe for like a week, because she had left and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But it was...
you didn't have a plan before that. It was just kind of like...
Not really.
Popped up like, fuck it.
Yeah, because depression... Because when I got fired from that job, it was about 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah, so everything just started compounding. And then
it starts compounding day after day. You wake up, you pretend you're happy.
Yeah.
You're really not. You're trying to look for a job. You don't know what the hell you're going to do. You've got this ego, this wrong side ego about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I mean. And that's when I really, because I always thought depression was, oh, just go out, get yourself happy. Go out, get yourself happy. You know what I mean? Like, and there is a side to that that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But also, there is a certain point that you reach where depression becomes your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
You think lying in that bed in the dark while it's sunlight out, and it's telling you, man, it's, people say go join the party, but depression is the party. Mm-hmm. That's what I tell people.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, depression becomes your party.
Yeah.
Because you're not, oh man, I'm upset. It's different than having a bad day.
Yeah.
And that's what I think God put in my pathway to help me understand that part of things. Because that's what's made me today, has made me more nuanced in a lot of ways.
Well, it's easy to stay in depression.
It is.
You don't want to get out of it.
Exactly.
You don't have any motivation to get out of it. There's no desire to get out of it. There's nothing there pushing you out of that state of mind.
Yep.
It's just so much easier to stay right there and just deal with it.
Exactly. And yeah, you start to pick up and you try to learn different things that get you out of that. But yeah, depression it's there. It's all through your body. It's your friend. It's patting you on the back.
Yeah. It's hard, man. It's a battle.
It is a battle.
Yeah. And
that's where that was my first true test in my life of severe adversity. Right. Mm-hmm. And you've got to, and there is no one else. You can have the best friend, because I had some of the best friends, the best family, my parents. I remember my best friend Thad called me while I was in the hospital, and I'm thinking, man, he's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
He said, "What the fuck are you doing, dumbass?"
Yeah. Telling you how it is.
Yeah, but that was a best friend to me.
Right.
I didn't need him to. Oh man, you know.
Right.
I needed to hear that.
Yeah. Right. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I love you, dumbass. That's basically what he said. I love you, dumbass.
That's what friends are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Put it to you straight.
Like, don't do something so selfish.
Right. I mean, he's calling you and he's being open with you like that, calling you a dumbass because he's your friend. He loves you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was
if he
awesome.
didn't care, he wouldn't fucking call you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so many people have to practice kindness. And I'm like, that is kindness. Like, that is exactly he tore me down and he picked me back up.
Right. Yeah.
All the same.
Yeah. He let you know he's going to be there for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and it helps you realize, because I've gone through life and I've lost friends to addiction. People that, I mean, I'm talking friends that, like, one was a successful, he sold home loans, you know, had a family, and he OD'd. Why? Because he got hooked on something, but he got hooked on pills after a car accident, and he tried to find it in heroin.
Yeah.
I had no idea, and he passed away. And then I had another good friend of mine who I always lent $100 to because he just needed gas or this and that.
Right. It was for drugs.
It's for drugs.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I knew he partied.
Yeah.
But they found him dead on the floor. That guilt, and that was about 4 years ago. Chris Harvison, he was like a guy that would light up. He'd walk in here, TJ, and in 5 minutes you would think you were his best friend.
Yeah.
Like, he was one of those larger than life guys.
Yeah.
But I realized, that's when I started realizing, man, I can help him.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have been helping him by giving him money and enabling and being
but you didn't
kind.
know that at the time either.
You don't.
You know?
But that's why I tell people all the time, that's how I've developed now my, what I call, like, my human first, a truly pro-human approach. People are not labels.
Right.
Right? You hear all this talk today, conservatives, Democrats, black, white,
right?
All these, the right, the left, you know, people are connected by conversation. They're not connected by labels.
Right.
So you gotta drop those things. You and I have had completely different experiences, right?
Right.
We don't have to agree on everything, but what is the foundation of that? I know TJ is a good guy. You're going to help somebody out there, right? But we might not agree on certain aspects. I'm like, big deal, right?
Yeah.
But we can still be great friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, that's why, like, my social media and stuff, like, I never get into politics because, like, people get upset about it and it's not worth
That's what's
argument.
crazy to me.
It's not used. It's not, to me, it's not worth getting in an argument over to, like, lose friendships or whatever because it's not worth it to me.
Yeah.
That's not why I'm friends with somebody. I'm not friends with somebody because of their politics.
Right.
I'm friends with them because of how they live their life, how they treat and raise their family, how they treat me and my family. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? I don't care what their political views are.
Same.
You know?
I know. And that's the part that, and I always call it the binary thinking trap. And social media has a lot to do with that.
Oh, sure.
You know, but that's where I've really developed my sense of nuance is that, like, now I've broken free of that thinking and I can kind of see everything. And I'm like, I try to bridge people. And sometimes people are like, don't you hate getting shot at from both sides of the fences?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I want to show people that politics don't hold our individual agencies, right? If it's that way, then I'm sorry, that's kind of cult-like thing. And if you've ever tried to talk to somebody, you said, and they shut you down, that's not good on their end. Like, if you're willing to have it without getting upset, you know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your convictions,
Right.
but you should also be willing to have a conversation. And if anybody's ever said, I'm putting this up here, I've always warned people about this. So if you ever heard somebody, I'm putting this up here and I don't want to hear any, you know, I'm blocking you, I'm this and that.
Then don't even probably why you put it up there.
Yeah. but to me, it's even deeper than that. It's then that person is now exhibiting a cultish-like behavior. That's exactly the definition of a cult is, where you don't entertain another person's thoughts because your thoughts are completely right.
Yeah, I'm putting this up there and don't comment on it because I'm right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always warn people about that. But all these things that have gone on in my life with that suicide attempt and then going on into life when, if we jump ahead a little bit, you know, to when I first got diagnosed with the whole, if you want to get into that now,
Well, first, how was the reaction with your family from the suicide attempt?
So I have my family situation is my mom and father got divorced when I was 2. Okay. My mom remarried a very, very good man. Named he was a veterinarian.
Okay.
And you know, I always called him Chip. His name was Norman Mills, but his nickname was Chip.
Okay.
Chip was a disciplinarian.
All
right. Very good guy. My father was a Vietnam War veteran who battled a lot of demons himself.
Right.
Who I am same thing, very proud of to this day, because he went and sought out help. And him and I have a great relationship now, and I love him. Unfortunately, he has Parkinson's now. But anyway, back then, my mom and Chip, my mom was sad, and Chip was kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, same kind of deal. Like,
same kind of deal. Yeah. He loved me.
Yeah.
But it was, so he, they didn't, it just, why do you feel this way?
Yeah.
I guess
I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom has always been a very positive person.
Yeah.
She's been a light of my life. She's been very supportive. They both have. And so I think for her to have her son go through this was kind of like, holy,
I mean, it's hard for people to understand it because there's really no way to explain it unless you've been through it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
Like me, I had a friend commit suicide, and for a number of years, I wasn't sad. I was just pissed off at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, I went through my whole situation, and then I just started understanding more, like, about depression and how it works and how, like, because I never really understood it to that extent until I went through depression with all my stuff,
Damn.
So I think it's just hard for people to understand how someone gets to that point to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's, what was your friend an officer?
He was a police officer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of my oldest childhood friends. Probably met him when I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
When he went to Frostburg.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Probably around the same time as you. And then went our separate ways. He became a cop. I became a cop. And then we ended up working for Milford. Then we were shift mates. And then he had shit going on that nobody knew about and took his life. And then,
sorry, man.
Yeah, I mean, and then like I said, I was just pissed off for a number of years.
Sure.
Until my shooting, and then I started to understand more about depression and how it works, and then I kind of realized like who the fuck am I to judge him?
Right.
For what he did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
because
you battled. I mean, you really battled. Right?
Yeah, I had some. I battled. Yeah, I battled, dude. I would say, like, not to make this podcast about me, but I would say the first couple of years of my recovery was mainly like physical because I was so inundated with like my physical recovery.
Yeah.
From everything.
Yeah.
And then I would say once I got into retirement, like 2 years ago. Did it 2 years ago? 3, 4. Damn, I guess 3 years ago now.
Yeah, because you retired right after your party.
Yeah, December of 22 I retired, so 3 years. And then I would say the last couple years were like rough because for me, like my whole struggle was like transition from like first responder world to like normal world.
Get back out of that.
Yeah, like finding like other interests.
Yeah, stuff
things
to
that
do.
I'm good at. Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That was like my biggest struggle. But yeah. Not talk about me, but
no, I mean your story is amazing, and I can't wait. I got, like I said, your book came in today. Actually,
oh, cool, man! Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah,
dude.
so I love the title of it.
Just one more. Yeah.
Well, and I didn't realize we weren't even friends on Facebook. I was like, wait a minute, there's TJ. It's like I'm not friends with.
I'm never really on Facebook too much either. I do all my stuff on Instagram.
But that's how I learned you had the book.
Yeah, was Facebook?
Yeah,
yeah.
I looked at your profile and I was like, just what the hell is this? And then I started going through your profile.
Oh, you didn't even know I had one.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because I love supporting friends, and especially with stuff that, the positive nature of how you turned your story into a positive one.
Well, I didn't have it yet when you came over and did that party for me. I think I was still writing it then.
Yeah, I think you were. But I think the title's cool. Just one more.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, man.
Because who else used to say that was my grandfather? Just one more. One more door. One more door. One more phone call.
Yeah.
Right? One more.
Yeah.
Because that's the difference between average and great.
Exactly.
Yes.
Doing the extra work.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you're about to give up is when the best things happen. If you say, shit, let me get one more.
Yep.
When I did sales, it was one more phone call.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me go this networking event and meet one more person.
Yep.
Because you'd go and you would talk to people at these things, hey, exchange your business cards, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times I wouldn't get anything out of them and I would leave.
Yeah.
But then I started learning, like, man, hang out to the end.
Yeah. Because the people that are hanging out want to be there.
Yeah. Exactly. And then you started, you got making more connections and things like that.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, it is.
So you get through, you go through the suicide, you get out of the hospital, and then what's that start to look like from there?
So I then I find a job in the mortgage world.
Okay.
Because
you're a jack of all trades, dude.
I love people. I love business.
Yeah.
And like I said at the time, that's what I thought of myself as.
Right.
Salesperson.
Yeah.
Right. And marketing. And I loved events.
Yeah.
Because I was always the guy planning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got out of that. And I got a job in marketing. And I also had a side hustle that I called Big Tuna Promotions.
Okay. I like that.
Big Tuna, for fans of The Office.
Yeah.
My friends gave me that nickname. Jim from The Office. Yeah, they called him Big Tuna in the show.
Yep.
So yeah, I launched Big Tuna Promotions, and I moved to Baltimore City.
Okay.
This mortgage company was not a salaried position, but they would give you a draw. My draw, now you got to remember, I came out, I had $0 to my name.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had to spend it, this, that. So the draw was $750 a month. So imagine trying to budget $750 a month, finding a place to rent. So what did I do? I found these two guys at the office that were super nice. And I'll know Brian and Nick, and two another more dear friends of mine.
Yeah.
Right. And they're actually the ones that gave me the Big Tuna nicknames. They're big fans of The Office. But anyway, they're like, we have this room that basically the size of a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Like a nice, it could fit. I had a queen size mattress on the floor.
Yeah.
Somehow that somebody had given me. So it was on the floor, and it hit both sides of the wall. And it went to the front.
Yeah.
And I had I had a small TV, and then the rest of my stuff. And then there was, and then there was one little, like one of those like temporary closet things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hung up some shirts in there and some underwear, stuff like that. And then the rest of my stuff went to the basement, and I rented this room for like $300 a month. And you want to talk about walls closing it. You got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, you made it work.
And
this was in Baltimore?
It is in Baltimore.
Okay.
Because I wasn't, I wasn't used to that because, like I said, my family was a very good family, well off, always good with money, so I grew up on a 300-acre farm.
Mm-hmm.
I had a nice sized bedroom, I lived a good life in that regards. My parents brought me up the right way.
Yeah.
So the difference was they were not spoilers.
Right.
Because people are going to say, oh, they think like, if you have well-off parents, that automatically means, no, like I said, Chip was definitely a disciplinarian.
Yeah.
And he was like, you got yourself in this.
Yeah.
Get yourself out of it.
And your grandfather wasn't fucking around.
No, my grandfather was old school.
Yeah.
You work for it.
Yeah.
He didn't hand me shit. He was a multi-millionaire. And again, after this had happened, he offered me condolences, I'm sorry, this and that, but same thing.
Yep.
Good luck, Jim. When you get your shit together, let me know. And again, you start to feel by yourself, but you don't, and you just battle through it. So I got in this mortgage business, and $750 a month. Stayed there for about 90 days, and I remember I was like, man, I got to do something. I gotta quit. I'm failing.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't closing that many leads to get paid well. Might get like $1,000 paycheck here a month.
Yeah.
So my first I remember after 90 days, my first paycheck came in, actually, I should say. And it was going to be like, I don't know, $1,600. Now it's almost double what I was getting paid from the draw.
Yeah.
And I said, man. And once again, my attitude, I'm going to quit. So I'll never forget the time my manager, I called him Z, Colin Mearholes. Good dude, another great dude, a lot of respect for him. He sat me down. He said the same thing. You got a lot of talent. he said, going back to just one more, he said, stay a little longer. And in my head, I'm like, okay, so you assholes want me to work now instead of working 9 hours. You guys want me to work 10 hours, 11 hours.
Yeah.
And get paid less. And he was like, just trust me. He was like, trust me. And then you'll make your way through. So lo and behold, man, the next month, I was started working a little extra harder. By month 6, I was starting to close them. Like, I was going through, man. Then they started giving me better leads.
Yeah.
Right? So my attitude in my head was this negative one.
Yeah.
Well, I work for these assholes. They're exploiting me. They're blah, blah, blah.
Using you.
Yeah, using me.
Yeah.
Right? But when I stopped and turned my attitude around and started making those extra phone calls, staying later with the rest of the successful people, that's what's, when the lights went off, technically, you know what I'm saying? But they closed the doors at night. Guess who was still there? The better loan officers.
Right.
And I'm looking around. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this guy going on president? Wait. You know, then you start to go, holy shit.
Yeah.
I started closing leads. Then they started looking at me as like an asset.
Yeah.
Right? No longer were they exploiting me. Man, they were feeding me. They were giving me all the good leads. I was getting these fresh, like the really fresh leads. So they want you to prove yourself.
Right.
And being a business owner myself, that's when I started understanding. Man, I'll never forget that. The first paycheck I got was $14,000.
Damn.
Big paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, back then, you know? Yeah, I got a 14, man. Woo, TJ. But just like you can imagine, old Jimbo got that part done. He understood the attitude part.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow the rest of me, right? And to kind of tell you what I'm going with, there was a program that my grandfather wrote called Apples, right? And every letter stood for something, right? A was attitude, P was people skills, the other P was perseverance, L was loyalty, E was enthusiasm, and S was stability.
Okay.
He taught that to people in a business focused sense. And that's actually what I'm going to be. I've started it. My book is going to kind of relate back to those teachings. So I'm releasing his teachings. But S, he always said S was the number one killer of people as far as like people skills and being successful in life. Stability. Think about it. Stability in job, stability in your emotions, right? Like we both talked about, like losing emotional control can just, just derail somebody's whole life, you know? So yeah, I didn't have that S. So I got that paycheck. You know what I did? Man, we went down to Power Plant. I bought a VIP table.
All out.
Woo! Let's go. Man, I invited all my friends.
Oh, man.
I'll never forget. I mean, it was well over $2,000 or $3,000 that night.
Damn, Jimmy. He went out, son.
Yes, sir. Once again, started drinking, having a time. But this time, like, I was a good drunk in that way. But ultimately, like, we'll talk about, I understood that drinking obviously made me just not a good person overall, period, right? But that night, I was having a great time. I felt, again, that power of sitting in a VIP table.
Right.
It was at Angel's Rock Bar.
Yeah.
A Power Plant. I don't know if you've ever been to Power Plant in Baltimore City.
Long time.
Yeah, it's just a group of like all these commercialized.
Yep.
Yeah, man, the bottle of Grey Goose.
Yeah.
I was flicking ice cubes at people on the dance floor. I'm in the VIP, asshole.
Make it rain.
Make it rain, baby. Yeah. And that was just a backlash of all that I had fought for.
Yeah.
And yeah, so again, like, man, it was that night that was wild. But so guess what? 30 days later, I had to borrow money from somebody to make it to the next paycheck. So I spent $14,000 in less than 30 days.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Partying.
Yeah. Partying, baby. No stability, buying shit, random shit, this and that. I mean,
Picking up tabs, I got it.
Picking up tabs, buying new clothes.
Yeah.
From my walk-in closet.
Man.
It was bad, but yeah. So that's...
And you were at this point, it was just you. You were single at this point, right?
I was single.
Yep.
Living it up every which way. Couldn't have any fruitful relationship because of, feeling that way.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting time of life.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. So no, that's what led to, just going through that. And then I started learning how to kind of put that money away. And then that's what led to eventually my grandfather saw that I got my act together, and that's when I met Erica.
Okay.
And I had put on my first festival right when I started dating Erica. I had left Baltimore City. I moved back and rented a house that was actually on my family's, my stepfather and mom's land. It was a old farmhouse.
Yeah.
And I was living in Cambridge, back in Cambridge at the time, because I got a job working in logistics. And I knew I had a bigger base in Cambridge. So I had a couple business owners there that allowed me to do charity events there. I did some promotional work, put together events for them. Did a lot of cool shit with bands, brought like different bands in, things of that nature. So I was on this farm down a mile-long lane, and I started dating Erica because we had met in Baltimore, but whatever. Yeah. And I said, hey, if you want to come see me, you gotta come to this farm.
Yeah.
Imagine being this, let's see, we're 8 years apart. So at the time, I was 33, she was 25.
Yeah.
And she's driving down this mile-long lane in the country. It's gravel.
Yeah.
And she'll tell you the story that it was the very first time we ever hung out like that. And I answer the door. I'm in athletic shorts and a cutoff. And I'm a little bit tired from the night before because we had done an event. I had partied a little bit. And I come to the door, hair's all disheveled. And she just looks at me. Because she had told her friends, like, if this guy buries me somewhere, like, I'm at... Because can you imagine being this young lady?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, coming down to this... Like, that's the ultimate in trust. Like, there's not a neighborhood to scream.
Right.
Dude, I could fire off fireworks at our farm. Like, there was nobody
you're
around.
Out no man's land out
No
that
man's
way.
land.
Yeah.
I shot guns for fun out there.
Yeah.
No one cared. Yeah, man. It was out, 300 acres around you. Nothing. Yeah. But, so we're at this old farmhouse. So she comes in, and I'm like, hey, man, it's great to see you. I need to go take a nap. It's like, do you have a book or something? We'll watch some TV.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Man, how was that for chivalry and the knight in shining armor? I don't know why after that she stayed with me. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine?
Did she hang out the day?
Yeah.
She stayed?
I took a nap.
You took a nap, she hung out.
She hung out.
Read a book.
Went back out to the living room, and there she was sitting in the recliner. Didn't have the TV on, just reading a book.
Oh, man.
She says, are you ready to do something yet? Or, oh, yeah, let me hop in the shower. Like, God, that was unbelievable.
Oh, man.
That's that was good. But, but yeah, at that time, so around that time, I don't remember specifically, but I put on my first festival, and it was to raise money for the Yellow Ribbon Fund.
Yeah.
I'm a big service man and woman supporter.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find a way to give back. So my grandfather actually had started with him and a couple of guys, the Yellow Ribbon Fund, which worked with our wounded soldiers at Walter Reed Medical Center.
Yeah.
He was out to dinner with a group of guys. He overheard another family talking. They couldn't afford to stay there. They didn't realize the government, didn't help or give them support to be with their son. He had lost a leg or something in a bombing over in one of the wars. I guess at that time it was maybe the Iraqi war, maybe Afghanistan war. And him and his other entrepreneur friends, they were big business people in the DC area. He said, he walked up to them. This is my grandfather, and this is where I learned about some of it. He wasn't one of those guys that squeezed every dollar, today.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me mad when people talk about eat the rich, and it's like, listen, assholes.
Yeah.
Go talk to somebody that's rich first. Sure. Just like anything, there's bad ones.
Yep.
And there's great ones.
Yep.
And that's where the nuance comes in once again. Mm-hmm. I told my good buddy Mike Dorsey, who just wrote a great book, by the way. He asked me at the beginning of the year, he said, what's your word for the year? And I said, nuance, man. I'm going to teach everybody fucking nuance, because that's the way back, the bridge.
Yeah.
But anyway, my grandfather walked up to them, said, let me go make you, how long do you need to be with your son? And they all got together, and he said, well, he's going to be here for a month. They went and they took care of everything for this family.
Wow.
They paid for everything. They made sure they had enough in their bank accounts to feed them and all that stuff. He gave them the business card and said, "You call me if you run out of this out and blah blah blah. Just bring receipts, that type of stuff." He wasn't just giving them money, but
right, yeah.
But he got them a place to. He got them a nice hotel for a week, then found him another place to stay. That's when Yellow Ribbon Fund was born. That day, and he just like you see, like there's some good charities out there.
Oh yeah,
but you got to look, and this is what he taught me too. If you see 50% going to like their operating costs, it's not a great charity,
right?
Because that means somebody's taking a lot of money at the top.
Yeah, salaries and whatnot.
Salaries and stuff. So to this day, Yellow Ribbon Fund has always been in their bylaws. They have like an office manager and a few other, so it's very minimal in the salary range.
Right.
Everybody on their board that runs it is all volunteers, and they're also they're also business people. So they have money coming in other ways. They don't need to be making money from that. So that's where I said, man, I want to do an event at a festival. So I got with the town of Easton. Well, not with the town. That was the funniest part. I didn't get with the town right away. I got with some heavy hitters in Easton. And we put together this Yellow Ribbon Festival. First time. I had never done a festival. People were like, "Hey, you want to do a festival? Have you ever done one before?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Of course.
Hell yeah. I've done a festival. I can do this. And I'd done small events, but man, TJ, that festival went absolutely 100% amazing. The vendors that were there, the food trucks, the people, I got so many compliments. They're like, "Man, you must have really have done a bunch of these before, because this was the most well-organized event I've ever seen." But I will just never forget, 5 minutes into it, I had a bounce house.
Yeah.
And, well, actually, let me flip back one more. The town of Easton, this is where my inexperience came in. I tell everybody, if you're thinking about doing something, just go do it.
Yeah.
Because somehow it works out.
Yeah.
But the town of Easton had reached out to me, and they said, "Hey, we see you're having a festival. We don't have any permits." It was like 2 weeks before the festival. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I said, permits?"
I didn't think about the permits.
Yeah. Shit. Damn it.
They're coming. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So I had to go in front of the town council. They helped me speed stuff through, so they're very supportive.
That was great.
Yeah, one of the few times I've had great experience with town governments.
Facts.
God bless some of them, but anyway, so pulled off. But anyway, like 5 minutes of the festival, and a kid, the bounce house collapses.
Oh man.
You would have thought, a building, because I get this call on the radio, because I had radio.
The bounce house fell in.
Yeah. And this mom comes up.
Yeah.
And here's her kid. It was one of those bounce houses.
Laughing.
It had the net.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
Yeah, it wasn't like some big structure.
And he was stuck underneath all the plastic.
Yeah.
He's in the net, and the kid's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And the mom says, "I'm suing you." Just starts screaming in my face.
Yeah.
And she's like, "He's going to be hurt, blah, blah, blah." And that was my other experience with people that are completely irrational.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, take a step back. I understand that's your child.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's in a net.
Yeah. Evaluate the situation.
I said, "Let me figure this out." Well, lo and behold, somebody had just stepped over the plug outside and kicked it off, and the thing. Yeah. I plugged it back in. Everything
stopped. Yeah.
Kids started bouncing again. And the mom just like, "Yep, you'll get a thing from my lawyer." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
No, I never did.
Yeah, of course not. Because she got home and realized it was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. So unless he had like rope burn or something. I don't know.
Right.
That's why I asked her,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, what happened? Come back and see us, Let's kill him with kindness, TJ."
Yep, that's it.
So no, we did that, and it was successful. And Budweiser actually sent their Clydesdales. They heard about it.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, Budweiser rep.
That's a big deal to get them to come.
Dude, it instantly shot it. Because I had another good buddy of mine, Birdie. Bird Dog. He has a band called Bird Dog and the Road Kings.
Yeah.
They play at MR Ducks a lot, and there's a good country band. He's been around for ages. And he also worked for that Budweiser rep. So he called me. He was on the board with me for this event I was putting on. And he said, "Man, good news. Budweiser's in Charlotte with the horses." And they said, "They're coming up somewhere along the East Coast, and they can stop at your festival." man, good Lord's looking out. Because as soon as I put that on there,
yeah. Oh, dude.
more people started coming out.
Oh, for sure.
So it was great, man. So just seeing those Clydesdales at my festival that I put on with the
that's a big deal, man.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Kids running around. We had free haircuts, military haircuts and stuff like that. Face painting, all that kind of stuff. A beer garden, cornhole tournament, all that stuff.
How long did you run festivals for? Did you do a lot of them?
No, it was my first one.
I mean, that was your first one, but did you end up doing a lot of those?
No, because after that one, I couldn't walk for like 3 days.
A little sore?
Man, I was sore, chafing. Like, I don't know how you...
From all you're running around at the festival?
Yeah, dude. God, I didn't know what baby powder... Like, I guess you put some talcum up in the...
Oh, man.
I don't know how you guys do it. Like, that's why I give it off to you, like, long distance runners and stuff. When you like doing all that crazy, I'm like, man, kudos to you.
You were down and out for.
I was down and out, sunburned. I didn't know,
man.
like, what I mean, because the sun was on me.
Yeah.
Just like, it was hell.
That's funny, dude.
So it was fun, but no. And then I didn't do another one after that for a while. I just stuck to other events.
Yeah.
But I like doing charity stuff. I didn't make hardly any money at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just did some consulting and things like that. So, but again, I applied principles of business to events. That's it. And people and skills, right, that I've learned. So, taking a lot. And then that's when I, right before that, then I did start reading books. Like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah. My grandfather was on to something. Wow, look at that. A successful guy that I had pushed away that I finally started copying. Like, success can be so easy. Yeah. There's so many things and tools out there. You just have to execute on them. Right. And just mimic what the other people have done. We're at that stage in life, like, and then just make it better or take it your own route. Yeah, there's a blueprint for success out there for everybody. But we did that, and that's what kicked off me and Erica, and moving here.
So was she doing that with you?
She worked in marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, she had remote. Well, when she was in Baltimore, she didn't. She had a place. She had an office to go to. Okay. What allowed us to move down here is like she eventually got a remote position. Okay. Yeah, and then that's when when we moved here together. We bought our house. And then I started getting sick. Okay. That's when all that started happening. I got my real estate license, and I was going to do the events on the side.
So you were getting into real estate. You're going to do that, and then the side you were going to keep with the planning stuff on the side as like a side gig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when we kind of formed Beachin Bash at the moment.
Yeah. So were you forming Beachin Bash when you were starting to have symptoms of?
Yes.
What's it called? Dysautonomia. So before we get into that, what was like what kind of how long before you did something about it? Like, were you having like signs of it? And what were they? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was. I just started. I can't. It was just feeling off. Yeah. Like lightheaded, tingly. Yeah. Weird stuff started happening randomly. And then like sweats and all that kind of stuff. It was just weird. Like weird stuff was going on in my body.
Is it like heart palpitations and stuff like that too?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
But it's like overall. Yeah. Like and that's what was confusing doctors. Yeah. I should say, well, I didn't go to doctors, not yet. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, I'm just tired or
dehydrated
or stressed. Yeah. But then it just started progressively getting worse. Yeah. Worse. Until one day my feet hit the floor and I felt like I was getting into a canoe. It's like, I was like
off balance.
But people were like vertigo? Like, no, off balance. Yeah. Like I had just drank a fifth. Yeah. Just, that's why I told Erica, I said, better get me a hospital. Of course, at the time, the BB, shout out to BB. Yeah. Love BB. But the ER test all normal. Yeah. They could see my heart rate doing weird shit like variables. Happens to some people. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there might be more to it.
Yeah. So they sent me home saying that I had a panic attack.
Okay.
And then it just that's where just my fight just progressively got worse from there, where eventually I was just in bed.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do anything, So that became a really tough moment for everyone.
Yeah.
And, for Erica especially. But, my mom, what the hell's going on? My son, once again, here I am. I love my mom dearly. And all I could think of in my head is like, well, shit, I put her through this in 2005, which was my fault.
Yeah.
Now I'm going through this, which is not my fault.
You're right.
And me having a big heart, like I felt just terrible about it.
Yeah, you feel guilty about it for sure. Yeah.
You do. It's nothing you do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was weird. And then finally I found an angel doctor down here, Dr. Chris, who finally sat and listened to me.
Yeah.
Then started coming up with a plan. She's the one that said, you might have dysautonomia. Yeah, and about like your face, like,
yeah, what?
Yeah, the hell is dysautonomia? Yeah. So she then refers me to a good cardiologist, Dr. Prasad, so on and so forth, and that's when we start to figure stuff out. But at that point, I got so bad, I ended up back in BB for 8 days.
Like you were just home, like had an episode, and you're like I
and then finally they said, because it was my fourth time back.
Yeah, and
they could see something was wrong, but nothing was coming up. So they're like, we gotta put you in the hospital. We're gonna
monitor.
Admit you. And
yeah,
they're putting through all these tests, brain scans. Dr. Prasad's looking at me. He's one of the smartest men. I mean, he's just a really great cardiologist. We're lucky to have him around here. And so finally they look at me and they go, "Yeah, maybe it's your gallbladder." So they put me in surgery. Yeah, just cut the gallbladder right out of me.
Just took it out?
Yeah. Shit. I woke up. They're like, 2 days, should be good as new. Yeah, no. Complete bullshit.
Jesus. They took out the gallbladder without even like knowing
They ran some tests. It was like working at like 32%.
Okay. It
was low. But by that time I had gained weight.
Yeah.
Like my numbers were going because I couldn't work out anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were just thinking that maybe it was hitting my vagal nerve and the vagal was vibrating. I don't know. It was some weird theory.
Yeah.
So I signed the paper, sure, at that point, because I cannot begin to tell people. It was like living hell because there was no medicine for it.
Yeah.
It's your body, your autonomic. People want to know what it means. Your autonomic. It's a dysfunction of your whole autonomic nervous system. The stuff that's pretty important.
Yeah.
You eat, you breathe, digestion.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Heart rates, your body control, temperature control. I would wake up in the middle of the night, feel like I just ran a marathon. And they called them adrenaline dumps, where I'd want to run through a wall. Erica had to watch me pace back and forth. There's nothing we could do.
Jeez.
I just had to wait till my body came back out of it. Oh, it was, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, man. It was bad. But yeah, so then being in this hospital, every time I ate, that's when they would see it happen. Like, it was the weirdest part of my digestion. Like, all of a sudden, my heart rate would drop real low, blood pressure would get real low, and then all of a sudden it would pop back up. Like, it was just, and I almost felt like I was in a tunnel at times, and then hearing got echoey. It was, you're just sitting there like, oh my God, please make it stop. There was no way out of it. That's what was terrible.
So is it related to certain foods, certain?
No, they tried everything. I could eat a piece of lettuce.
It could be anything you ate. It was triggered and stuff.
Yeah. So I started then at that point, when that started happening with the eating, I started losing weight like crazy because I was eating a piece of chicken.
Yeah, you were eating as little as possible.
Dude, I was having 600-700 calories a day, just enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, they stuck me in this hospital for 7 days. On day 7, they put me in surgery and gallbladder, and I made it through. A couple days later, still felt like shit. And then a week goes by, and I just went right back into the same loop.
Yeah.
So that's when, at that point, they sent me up to Hopkins. I went up there for 3 days.
Okay.
And not inpatient, I was outpatient. I just went back and forth. I met with the leading researcher of dysautonomia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they all were convinced. The funny part was that
you weren't diagnosed with that yet. They had an idea that's what it was.
Well, the funny part was it hadn't really become a diagnosis yet. That was the weird part. Now there's more awareness about it because, unfortunately, due to COVID.
Oh, so it was kind of like rare, I guess.
It was rare.
Yeah.
Due to COVID, dysautonomia has become more prevalent with POTS, post-orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. So dysautonomia is like an umbrella term.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of different mini diagnoses off of dysautonomia.
What about COVID made that?
Because the virus was attacking people's nervous systems.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people were starting it. POTS is where
so they started finding it more.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah. So like I have one of mine is POTS. If I stand up too long, I'll just hit the deck.
Still to this day?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, if you have me standing that for like 20 minutes, because they put me, I call it the torture table test.
Yeah.
Every year. But now we stopped finally because I asked Dr. Prasad, I said, please don't make me do that no more.
Yeah.
They strap you into a table and he puts you up like this and they sit there and they watch you and they take notes. And you're in a table straight up and down until you pass out.
Oh, geez, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Make me talk. And
you just go out?
I would have been like, I'll tell you anything. I would not have been good as like
shit. And you just go out and they're like, all right.
Yeah. To see if you have POTS still.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
That sounds like some kind of test they would do like back in like the fucking 20s or something, man. You know what I mean?
That's why I said.
Let's strap him to a table and put electrocution rods to his head. You know
my God. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's what it sounds like, dude.
Well, it kind of looks like the scene out of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Like,
that's wild.
Oh, dude. And then you're trembling afterwards. You're like, okay, is your wife here to pick you up?
Where we are this day and age, that's what they do with that? Holy shit.
There's no other way around it.
That's wild.
Yeah. Dude, it was wild. It was hell. So I said, okay, we know we did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I have it.
Yeah. I'm just not going to stand up for 20 minutes. How about that?
Yeah. How about that? Like, I'll pace around. Like, I have to pace and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, it's because your body starts, the temperature
Is it
changes.
the same thing with like sitting down? Can you only sit down for so long?
Mm-hmm. No, sitting down's fine.
It's just being
It's when, because my heart rate. Then, like, I got to remember, if I'm standing and I have to lean over, my heart doesn't react in the same way as like yours might, where you start pumping more blood to your head.
Yeah.
Like when you stand back up.
So you gotta be cognizant of like how you literally move around all day. Mm-hmm. As simple as like bending over.
Yeah. Wow. Like I used to do like a lot of deadlifts.
Yeah.
I really got to be careful if I get back into weightlifting. They cleared me to weightlift, but
certain movements will be
movements are gonna be harder.
Yeah.
So I got to especially if bending over straight like this and then coming back up.
Yeah.
Deadlifts ain't too bad, something like that. But
that'll put you out.
But I can it'll
trigger it.
It starts to I go things get black.
Like tunnel vision
comes and then I got to stand there for a second and then my heart's like catches back up.
Yeah.
It's wild. So yeah, no, I went to this guy at after they and then him and this other neurologist guy, they ran me through a bunch of tests. And he came in. And me, the happy-go-lucky guy, I don't know any other way. I love to joke about shit. That's just me. Like, how you going to get through something serious? Let's joke and laugh about it for a little bit.
Yeah, that's how I am, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just fucking go with it, you know? And I'm sitting, Erica's sitting. He comes back in. He's like, okay. He was like, there's two things here. And he goes, first thing is, you are going to live? And I said, oh, that's great. He's like, oh, no. Or you're going to die.
Oh.
I'm like, oh. Like,
those are the options you're giving me?
Yeah. I was like, well, there is life in general. I'm going to live it. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, let me explain. He's like, death will come in 3 to 5 years. He's like, because you may have pure autonomy. He said it's so bad after all the numbers and everything, you might have pure autonomic failure, which is a close cousin to ALS.
Okay.
No idea why. They don't know why the autonomic numbers, but people with my condition just go the other way.
Yeah.
And then you die. Just everything starts going out.
Out of whack.
Shuts down. And it shuts down. The body's like, oh, we're done. No breathing, no eating. My tube. So Erica just looks at me and she's just trembling and she's kind of can't hear what she, And I look at the doctor and I'm like, all right. I was like, but doc, I was like, man, if that starts to happen, will I get one of those really cool wheelchairs with like the speak and spell, like Stephen Hawking, you know, like bang dang bong right there, and like the joystick, and be able to like go up and down on the dance floor and spin.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me, and Erica just hits me like, what? You know, and like, you know, and I'll just start laughing, and the doctor's like, not how I thought you would take that news. And I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Have humor.
Yeah.
Gotta have humor.
I'm gonna just sit here and feel sorry for myself for 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm going out like a badass. Like, get me one of those things now on order if you really think this is the direction I'm going. You know what I mean? So I'm ready to hit the dance floor. I can hold my wife's purse now like a man. You know, she can hang it on the back of the thing, you know? So
always look at the bright side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool shit we can do, Erica. Get
like
the front of lines.
God, dude.
I get one of those grabbers. Like, I'd still go grocery shopping. I could reach the top shelf. Yeah, man. It's like shit. So, but lo and behold, as I'm still here by the grace of God, because that was right before COVID. It started. That was because I got in there. Because in fact, a lot of my other appointments up there, because I was going to go through these exercises and stuff up there.
Yeah.
That I started doing down here, but then COVID started canceling stuff. So that was literally like 2 months before COVID started hitting.
Oh, wow.
In 2020.
Did that make it hard to get in your doctor's appointments and shit?
No, because I was like there.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I wanted to go through that.
Yeah.
And I'm also thankful because all that, you know, the bullshit rhetoric of different stuff of like COVID being.
Oh,
know,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, no. I was like, thank, because they're like, oh, did COVID cause this? I'm like, nope, I got this before COVID. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't need to blame my whole life on COVID.
Did the vaccine do that to you?
Yeah, the vaccine do that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Do the vax. No, the vaccine. People, you know, relax. The vaccine didn't ruin everybody's life. But yeah, just, you know, so that was a tough time. But that's when Beachin Bash.
So obviously because of that, you had to settle down what you were doing for a living with real estate and whatnot.
Yeah, because I was taking a test.
Right.
I tried to fight through it.
And that's where you were like, we're going to do this party planning thing.
Yeah.
Full time.
Yeah. Work
for yourself. You don't have to be on your feet 24/7.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just because people might say, well, Jim, you're party planning. And I was like, no, because I had the business understanding. Yeah. Erica had worked on the side for weddings.
Yeah, you both had the background in it.
Yeah.
And you were doing it already separately in different ways, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was just doing it full time as your own business.
Right. So I could provide the infrastructure.
Yeah.
And say, let's build this thing. Let's do this. And so yeah, we just started off real small. You know, you all were one of our first clients.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember you guys had just started. It was awesome, man. You guys come over, have bartenders and shit. It was cool.
I mean, and you just use your resources. Yeah. So I love to help other entrepreneurs. Yeah. Like it is so like that is and that's why, you know, I was honored to come on here because I want other people to hear my story and my struggles. Like you see somebody and you go, man, they got their shit together. No, you just found out I just went through all this crazy shit. I partied. Yeah. Didn't care. Got fired from job. Got fired from a family job. Yeah. But all of those things were lessons. Right. And I just had to pay attention. And that's why I tell people that I'm not one of those, like, you know, I always thought about, you know, when you see, and no offense to certain, but people call like life coaches. Right. And they're always smiling. Yeah. You know, and I say, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like if I ever give you a piece of advice, it's not because I know what to do. Yeah. It's I know what not to do. Right. Yeah. I already went there and fucked it up. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen, life coaches. I mean, I've seen, like, I'm good with that. I've done some of that. Yeah. But I've experienced a lot of things in life. There's a lot of people out there that are doing it that haven't done shit. And they're out there trying to tell people how to do their life. And I'm like, what have you done? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what drives me wild. I'm like, you're 22 years old and you're a life coach? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. That's what drives me wild about that whole... Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy scene. It's like people can just pop up and be like, I'm a life coach because I can speak positive. And it's like, and the other thing is, like, I see these life coaches say, like, they got it all figured out. If you got it all figured out, you're doing something fucking wrong. Yeah. And it's the same thing. And it goes through... that goes into the whole, like, I see people like listening to advice on business from other people that quote unquote have businesses that aren't successful.
Yeah.
Where they have, my favorite is I'll get hit up by somebody on social media that wants to take over our social media stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go look at your social media feeds. And they have like 500 followers.
I get the same thing. I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. I'm like, you have like 2 people following you.
Yeah.
I have way more people. You're going to build my my social media and you don't have shit smarter than me.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So it's like, and that's another lesson. Yeah. Like, well, Jim, doesn't somebody have to start somewhere? Correct. Start with yourself.
Yeah.
Build yourself. Give yourself the foundation.
Before you start trying to build somebody else.
Yeah, this isn't a get rich quick thing.
That's why it's like leadership, man. Like, you can't go out there and try to lead other people if you don't know how to lead yourself in your own ways.
Boom.
That's it.
And that was me in my 20s to a nutshell.
Right.
I didn't know how to lead myself. Yeah. So I thought it was like, there was a great book called The 10-Minute Manager. And he talks about the story about you ever heard the one about the hunting dog?
Mm-mm.
And he goes on a hunting trip. And he shows up, and the hunting dog's there, and they're shooting ducks. And the hunting dog's going out there, man, getting the ducks, man. It's best dog ever, right? And he goes back the following year. But, I mean, when he went out there the first time, the guy, the hunting guy was like, oh, this is salesperson.
Yeah.
This is my dog, his name's Sales. Hey, salesperson. He goes out there, works real hard, gets the ducks. Next year, he goes back out. He says, he said salesperson is now sales manager. So they start shooting the ducks. And the dog's sitting there. Go get the fucking ducks. Dog just starts barking at him. Yeah, because his name's sales manager now. He no longer does the work. He just barks.
That's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
A lot of people in the leadership realm, these companies fail from the top.
Yeah.
It's not the employees. Yeah. It's the failure of the top. And the shit shouldn't run. Always shit runs downhill. It shouldn't be that way.
Right.
It should stop at your management.
Yeah.
You know? And then you got to cut people. But you've also got to take your best ones and coach them. And they're there. But you just see so many. I've worked in toxic organizations before. Yeah. It's there. You know, when people say, oh, toxicity is blah, blah, blah. No, I've worked for bad managers.
Yeah.
You know, I've worked for some really great ones. Like my friend Colin. Colin believed in me. You know, I would have quit that job and never made that money. I would have never been able to spend $2,000 at Angel's Rock Bar. Thanks, Colin. I would have never flicked ice cubes at people like an asshole. But no, but I learned a lot from that, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Just one more, man.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But that's where it all led to Beachin Bash. Yeah. And when we got here and I was able now, it's still hard for me.
Yeah.
Right. I still got to do certain exercises.
Do you take medication for it or anything?
I do take a couple medications, different like blood pressure control stuff and things to try to help. Yeah. They had stuff for my dizziness that never seemed to work. The dizziness, or I should say the imbalance, is what really kills me. When I get a bad flare up now, I'm out. And it makes it hard on me mentally because sometimes I have to commit. Yeah. And then it hits me and I have to decommit. And I hate decommitting. Yeah. Like if you invited me over, right? And that's the problem. I could like you and I could plan next week.
Yeah. You can't control it.
Yeah. Yeah. Come hang out with me. Okay, cool. And then I have to call you like the day of because all of a sudden the flare hit me and I just feel like shit and I can't. Yeah. Nothing I can do. Right. And so it takes really good friends and people to understand that. Yeah. That, you know, because I hate flaky people, you know. Yeah,
it happens, man.
It does.
Especially nowadays, a lot of people are like that.
But you know, I remember, too, that once I went to my cardiologist, right, and I started rebounding a little bit, but I looked at my cardiologist, and he put me on a treadmill, and I said, look, I need to know. I could sit here and wallow in my self-pity, or I can fucking do something about this. Yeah. Right? And I remember I went to my cardiologist, and he put me on, did a treadmill test, because I said, I want to know, am I going to die? I mean, in other words, I feel like I'm going to die because these symptoms are so wild. But I was like, is anything in my heart showing that I'm going to, you know, give out? So he checked me out. I go every 6 months now just to make sure it's not my electrical system, my heart. But I'll never forget, I just started walking to our mailbox. And that at the time when I was running 1.5 miles to 2 miles prior to all this, that time, going to the mailbox was like running 20 miles.
Yeah.
Step, imbalanced step.
Yeah.
And Erica would just watch me. But I just pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah.
And that's how it made me get back into life a little bit better. Because part of it, too, was up here. Our brains are so powerful, man. There's so much shit. And it's hard to, like, you know, I know for some people, like, I was in, like, a dysautonomia support group. Like, that's ableist. Like, no, I want to give people positivity.
Right.
I'm going to sit there and tell them to, like, feel bad about themselves the rest of their life and there's nothing to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know?
You still
like,
got a life to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's like if somebody, God forbid, has like terminal cancer, am I going to look them in the eye and be like, oh, man, you're going to die, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking die. No, I'm going to fucking look at it and be like, let's do this. Like, what do you want to do today?
Yeah.
Like, let's go live life.
Right.
You know, while you're here. So I never understood that mindset of why somebody wants somebody to wallow. You don't want to show them positive. It's not being unrealistic. It's giving heart. It's giving leadership. It's showing positivity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I come from. It's not being ableist. It's just, so when I was in that support group, I told people what worked for me, you know, and it wasn't going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
But at least the next person that was about to go on my journey, I don't want to tell them like, yeah, dude, it's going to suck.
Yeah. You want to look at the bright side of things.
Yeah.
The best you can. I mean, you gotta make the best of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want to sit there and be like, man, it's going to suck. Yeah. Sorry about your life. Yeah. Just stay there.
Yeah.
No, get up and do what you can under your doctor's orders and advice, because some people do have PAF and they're going to die. But like I said, be the one that says, cool, I'm going to get a really cool wheelchair and hit the dance floor. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's all about attitude. You know what I mean? It's all about attitude.
Attitude is everything.
That was a big thing for me, was attitude.
Yeah. You had to fight, right? Like,
yeah, man. It's all upstairs, dude.
And you weren't going to just sit there and feel totally helpless. And
that's not help. It's not helping your cause.
It's not helping your cause.
It's not helping your friends. It's not helping your family. It's not helping anybody.
No.
You know?
So out of respect, you got to do it.
Yeah. That was my thing.
Yeah. That's what pushed me to be back where I am now. So like I said, I'm never going to be cured.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to be...
It's just about managing it.
The
right way.
Yep. And when my body tells me to, unfortunately, I've got to sit down, like you said, be cognizant of like...
Yep.
There's certain things I know I just can't do anymore.
Yeah.
That I just ask people. I mean, be something simple. Hey, could I pick that up off the ground for me?
You just got to be smart with it and respect it. Respect what it is, and
that's it.
Make it work.
That's it, man.
So tell us about Beachin Bash, man.
So yeah, then when we started taking off, like I said, we had a fire pit. I'm sorry, we had eight chairs, and I ordered a fire pit off Amazon for like $60, and we started doing
the beach bonfires.
Which are
huge here, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I looked at Erica and I said, "Man, is this growing?" And we didn't have this logo at the time, and I said, "Do you want this to be something?"
Yeah.
I said, "Because you're going to have to really be for the front facing, because I had a lot of sales and marketing experience, obviously."
Right.
She said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I gathered some money, credit cards, of course, bet on ourselves, and got this logo. We got our logo. We had a logo. It was ugly. It was all Fiverr for like $10. You know,
I've used Fiverr, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
It's a hit or miss when you go on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm going to tell anybody listen to this. Don't. I'm knocking it in a way, but I'm not going to judge you for. You got to do what you got to do to at least get your Go out there and get your fucking company started. Don't worry if it looks great.
Yep.
Right. Just like Zig Ziglar said, there's never been a statue of a critic.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of your fucking friends, or if you're hanging out with, that's, oh man, I'll get critiqued because the logo is going to be ugly, or
yeah, right.
It's going to feel cheap. Just get out there, do it.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we did. Shout out to Nicole Weber Design. She is an amazing human. She graduated from Salisbury University. She now, same thing, solo entrepreneur that grew. She now has an agency. She has 4 people working for her in Alexandria or Arlington, somewhere in Northern Virginia. Extremely talented. She has like a 3-month waiting list. When I first started with her, she was just launching. And again, another great story of an entrepreneur. Sure, Jim, I can do that. $500, whatever. Now you can't even sniff her for $500.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But she is worth
every penny.
Every penny.
Yeah.
Because she gave us this logo that people it's so, and people think, but that's the brand. When people see us, we stick
right.
out.
Right.
It's on the side of our van now, you know? So, yeah, so she did that. And somehow she's a magician on top of that. Like, just, it's the hardest thing to work on a logo because we got different. I mean, she gave us 4 options, and all 4, like, this one just was like, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Didn't have to go back and forth. Boom.
Yeah, that's good.
And the logo was born, and we just started putting things together. And I said, okay, next, we got to go meet all the big dogs around here.
Yeah.
All the people in restaurants and business. And so we started making appointments, going to people. This community is full of so many, like, amazing people. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I can't, and I've been in cities, and I've worked with a lot of different people.
Everyone here is really supportive of small business, man.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. And, man, I can't, like, there's guys like a guy, Scott Kammer.
Mm-hmm.
He owns the Sodell restaurant.
Yeah.
This dude is busy.
Yeah.
But if I picked up my phone right now and texted him, I guarantee you within an hour he'll text me back.
Yeah.
If I needed advice on something.
Yeah.
He didn't know me from anybody 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was always willing. He's like, let me know if you need help.
Yeah.
Peggy Rayleigh. She's the queen of, I call her the queen of wines, Nassau Valley Vineyards.
Yeah.
Just, she was so supportive of our business. She was the reason why Delaware can even have vineyards.
Yeah.
No one, I don't know.
We got married there.
Did you?
That's where I had my wedding at. Yep.
Oh my God. Did you meet Peggy?
Yeah. She's the owner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows us because our wedding was very easy to remember because we got married during Hurricane Irene. It's a train wreck every weekend, but it all came together like so perfectly.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Is that the best?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
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 What a beautiful spot.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. It is, man. Yeah. It's awesome.
Well, Peggy let me tell you what Peggy did. I love telling these great stories. As we were starting a couple of years ago, getting bigger.
Yeah.
Peggy said, as long as you guys pay for a hotel room, she had a booth at this really expensive wedding show in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's expensive. She said, I'll share half my booth with you. I don't want any money. What?
Yeah.
What?
That's nice.
You'll just share half. Yeah, you guys coincide.
Help you get started.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
How cool was that?
Yeah.
And the booth was like, we couldn't afford, it wasn't our marketing budget at the time.
Yeah, right.
Without
a lot of those things are expensive as shit.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it was like $1,000, $1,500,
Yeah.
$1,500 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just give you half my booth.
Yeah.
And she didn't do it because she wanted anything. Like, because, sometimes too.
Yeah.
Literally just did it out of the goodness of her heart.
Yep. Help you out.
Yeah. Hey, I'll know. And those are the things. Stacy LaMotta. I don't know if you know her.
No.
She does the Sodell Wine and Food Festival.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I contacted her when we first started. Hey, Beachin Bash would like to do some setups at your beautiful high-end festival.
Yeah.
Silence. Okay, Jim. When can we meet? You know?
Yeah.
No, like, well, tell me why I should, or so she just wanted to meet with us, make sure we were going to have a high-quality product.
Yeah, make sure it's legit and everything's on.
She didn't know me and Erica.
Yeah.
But now, like, we have that reputation that people know we're going to do high-quality shit.
Yeah.
I'm not some fly-by-night event company.
Right.
Man, I just look back at her, and I looked at her, and every time we see her out or anywhere, I give her a hug, and just remind her that I'm always going to be loyal to her.
That's cool, man.
I will never forget that. I don't care if we become the biggest company in all the earth.
Yeah.
I will never, ever. I told Erica we were always going to do her, because now we could spend that day doing the festival, like when she has the festival, making money.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I stand on those principles. That's where money doesn't become more important.
Yeah.
So we always will do her festival.
That's awesome, dude.
Because it's free, because everything there is by donation.
Right.
I mean, last year the setup we did for her with all the chairs and tables out and backdrops had easily been like a $3,000 setup.
Yeah.
Free. Not even gonna ask. Not even gonna remind Stacy like we're doing for $3.
Yeah, don't need to.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a strong community here with small business. I think it's always been pretty obvious, I think, around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you still get involved with anything with the businesses at all? Like,
I haven't done anything in a while with small business. I have my home defense company.
Yeah.
Which I kind of run like part-time.
Okay.
But the plan is to get that up and moving a little more here probably in the near future.
Cool, man.
So I might link up with you.
Please.
Yeah, man.
Let me know how I can support. That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to be like Beachin Bash. I just like talking to other good, positive people.
Yeah.
Bounce ideas off each other.
I mean, that's one thing, like with the podcast, like I want to have on, I mean, I take people on here from anywhere, all walks of life, but it's good to have like local people on here too to support them and support each other. So
yeah.
That's cool, man.
No, it's neat. And, but yeah, I just try to maintain my principles, you know, and things that my grandfather, like I said, was a big mentor in my life once I started accepting what he was offering.
Yeah.
And like I said, I always tell people too, life, because he slipped and fell. He was 88, but he had like, the doctor said he had like, you know, the vital stats of like a 60-something-year-old.
Yeah.
He ran every morning, but he slipped and fell on ice, hit his head.
Man.
And my last conversation with him was not a good one because we were talking about our business. I had a franchise that I owned with him.
Yeah.
And it was, I said to him, why can't you just, you know, ever celebrate our wins?
Yeah.
You know, because he was just constantly pushing me. That's all.
Yeah. He just wanted you to get better.
Better.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you just learn those. And he taught me one thing and people want to know what Jim Kirlin's all about. Success does not equal money, right? Success equals if you chase, he always told me, if you chase money, subconsciously you start to become a little corrupt.
Right.
You know, you're trying to squeeze this 1% and that 1%, and you might forget, but not know it, but you might step on somebody's back. You might not do a good thing, even though in your head you think you're a good person. But if you're just chasing that money, that's what starts to happen. Instead, success should be about community, about your family, about your friends, being ethical, having a good moral compass. And all of those things get wrapped up into success.
Yeah.
And what happens behind that? The money follows it. Don't turn around and look for the money. Just do all those things, and you get yourself that good base, that foundation, and the money's going to come. And you may never become a multimillionaire, and that's okay, because people are going to remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
I can't remember going to anybody's funeral asking, you know, what kind of car did he drive?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I always said, man, that was a good dude right there. You know? And those are the things I've suffered a lot of loss in my life just from friends and, you know, different things. But yeah, no one ever asked what their bank account was.
Yeah.
What their investments were.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are they as a person? Yeah.
Yeah. You always remember how they made you feel.
Yeah.
You know? So I always tell people, man, just keep that in mind. Like, when you're out there trying to help people, it's okay. Like, not everything has to be monetized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't. Just pitch in, you know? There's another entrepreneur that's trying to make it, and they need that break, you know?
Yeah.
Help them in any way possible, because that's going to make that little bit of time that you can give for free. Yeah. You know,
goes a long way.
Goes a long way.
Yeah.
That to me is the biggest thing that and that's what I try to do now, is give back, because I mean, we're nowhere close to being a millionaire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
This business is still small.
Yeah.
But we're building a good brand. You know, we've won the 3 awards. We won the Edge Grant Award. We worked with, I'm now friends with, I don't know if you've ever heard of the show Below Deck.
Yeah.
But, you know, Chef Ben Robinson.
Oh, yeah. He's local, right?
So, no, he lives in Fort Lauderdale. I brought him here.
He's been here, right?
Yeah, he comes stays with us.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because he was at the Rudder Lighthouse not too long ago, I think.
That was our party. Yeah,
that was yours.
Yeah, the retro, the big retro white party at the Hyatt.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was about 350 people.
Yeah.
We raised over. Skeeter Strong is a great charity as well. Want to give them a shout out. BA, my girl, she lost her husband to cancer a few years back, and she started this charity to help people out with medical hardships and things like that.
Oh, wow.
So we ended up off the whim, because I only had by the time I got done negotiating with the Hyatt, I only had about 6 weeks to put that whole thing together. Usually my minimum's 10.
Yeah.
So I was able to promote it, and it was on a Thursday night, because the Hyatt was like, and that's part of what I do. is try to help people in businesses. Like, let's say, like the Hyatt. Well, Thursday nights are dead in August.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we had up Thursday the 21st. People are like, why are you doing it on Saturday? Duh, because the Hyatt has, the event center has stuff booked on the weekends.
Yeah.
I want to help them fill in the gaps. So I brought Ben in. I said, hey, listen, we'll raise some money for Skeeter Strong. To my wife's dismay, we auctioned off a Taylor Swift signed record vinyl.
Yeah.
Erica was like, I want to keep it.
We're keeping that one. We're not auctioning that thing.
Man, Swifties are aggressive, man. You gotta be careful with them. I always said, like, people talk about, like, don't talk about religion or politics. I said, don't talk about Taylor Swift either. Man, they'll get you, bro. They'll get you, bro. You gotta watch your back.
That's good.
Them Swifties are
cult-like.
Yeah, man. Woo! I ain't got no problems with Taylor. All right, love her. But we ended up raising over $3,000, like, on that little bit of time.
Yeah, nice.
Chef Ben came up. I had the girls, another podcasters from The Girls Gotta Eat. And then DJ Scribble, he was from MTV back in the day.
Yeah.
Still a great guy.
Yeah.
Lots of skill, uses vinyl.
Yeah.
So he still scratches,
That's cool, man.
And everybody got dressed up as retro white. So you could be anything you could be 80s or in all white. That was the dress code. And so it was just cool to see that mixture. Yeah. And we got so much positive. They were like, you need to do more of those types of events.
That's cool, man.
Ben had a great time. Because Ben did not think that he was like, I'm a chef. People want to taste my food.
Yeah.
He didn't hang his hat on. We argued about it for a little bit. He was like, Jim, he's like, no one's coming just for me. You're
on TV. They're coming to see you.
Yeah. I was trying to tell him that.
Yeah.
No one's coming just for me. Sure enough, people are coming just for him.
Yeah.
Like our VIP tickets were the only meet and greet. Yeah. Those sold out pretty fast.
Yeah.
And again, Beachin Bash as a whole, I didn't make, people like, most made a killing. Like, no. By the time it was all said and done and doing things for Skeeter Strong, we didn't net that much.
Yeah, right.
As a whole. And they're like, why'd you do it? Again, something different to build the brand.
Yeah.
And
helping the community.
Helping out the community.
Yeah.
And put something in my pocket to keep it afloat. But it was awesome, man. But we got so much good feedback.
That's good, man.
So
yeah, you guys started a cool thing, man. It's really cool to see how you guys have grown that. So
yeah, we're hoping to keep it going.
Yeah, I think you will, man. We're gonna get it out there for you. It's a good deal you got.
Yeah,
I like it, man.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
No, I think that's. I think it's been a really cool conversation.
Yeah, man. I learned a lot about you that I didn't know fucking clue about. So it worked out pretty good, man. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm not, and like I tell everybody, telling all these stories.
Yeah. I
used to hide them.
Yeah.
Because you want to project.
Yeah.
The most professional image there is. And now I'm thinking that, and as my team will tell you and anybody, I love to be transparent.
Yeah. Because
I think the biggest part in this world is misunderstanding.
Yeah, man. Honesty is the best policy, dude.
Yeah.
With everything,
But think of when disagreements come from. It's just 90% of the time it's you misunderstand someone.
Right.
So fucking listen.
Yeah.
And then that's why, like, listen to me. I'll be transparent. And then you'll understand why we do the things the way we do, or I have to do what I have to do.
Yeah.
So no, and that's what we'll continue to do that and try to, kick some ass and, hopefully we could, it'd be awesome to work with you in the future too, man, with your company.
I think we can make something work.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, my friend.
Thank you, man.
I know there's going to be somebody out there to get something from this. So
I hope so. That's all I want. Yeah, that's all I want, man.
Appreciate it, Jimmy.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.